Well, the scene is set, the grass is green, the sky is blue, and we welcome you to the Atherbolden Stadium, the home of the National Intercol Finals. St. Benedict's College coming up against Fatima in a battle. Well, that is sure to please for the next 90 minutes. Hello, everybody. James Saunders is my name. Brent Sancho alongside me. It is, well, the secondary school classico of sorts, as these two arch rivals come together. A sea of green representing the Laramean Lions. And I'm sure if you pan that camera anywhere to the other side, well, you'll see quite the opposite with Fatima College making the trek from Mukarapu. Large crowd on the inside to witness this one. Fatima College, well, they would have won this title just over a season ago. St. Benedict's College losing out to Fatima. And then 2 years back, you think of St. Benedict's College winning the league title but failing to get the intercall. This year, they'll be hoping to double up. Oh, there's Junior Lee back to his old tricks as he gets the fans in on the mix. And well, speaking of the fans, Brent, the fans have certainly come out to support this grand final today.
Yeah, it's always good to see so many varying supporter groups at the Atherbolden Stadium. Of course, St. Joseph Convent, Port of Spain, they had a huge traveling contingent coming from North Trinidad, and Fatima College, very similar. It's been a north-south battle for this afternoon. North winning the first incarnation of it, with St. Joseph Convent taking that from kicks from the penalty spot. And of course now Fatima College comes up against a St. Benedict's College that not necessarily has been in their blistering best. They would have eked past on a penalty shootout win against Signal Hill. And they also had their struggles against Naparima College, who for large parts of that game, James, showed a lot of impetus and probably would suggest that they're a bit unfortunate. But that young man there in your screen, Caden Tristrail, missing from the Fatima College lineup is a big, big miss for them. Of course, there is talent within this Fatima squad. And one word I normally use to describe them is they have certainly shown the ability to work and do the right things despite that one word I'm going to mention, adversity. In the situations they've had players out through injuries, players through suspensions. They have found a way to bring players in that don't only just replicate, James, what the player they're replacing does, but sometimes and in some cases do better.
Oh, here's the cast everybody's been waiting for. The Golden Men against the men in blue and yellow. Appreciation all around for the hard work these boys have put in to get to the stage. This is where dreams are made reality. Well, Mariri Gonzalez, the president, will again lead a troop of officials out to meet the young stars. And he will be supported this time by Maritza Balak, marketing manager at Coca-Cola, Robert Paris, who is the mayor of San Fernando, Jefferson Riggs in the fancy jacket, if you may, third vice president of the TTFA. Just behind John Thatcher, acting curriculum director of Ministry of Education, Mr. Ephraim Surratt, former NGA's president and vice president of the TTFA, and of course Kerry Gibbons here at SportsMax. He is the executive producer and the head creative production manager, and Ezekiel Sicharan brings up the rear as the first vice president of the secondary school football. Well, those flags are going to be waving high as Darrell Garcia The man everybody's spoken so highly about this season. Well, a lot expected on his shoulders today. Gets a hug from the president. All the conspiring minds, Randolph Boyce and company. What will they conspire together to get their boys the edge against the boys from Mukarapu? Hudson Charles, wily old fox, he's been there, he's done it. Was part of Trinidad and Tobago's first CONCACAF Champions League winning team. Did score a goal in that contest. Was part of the indomitable Defence Force team of the early 90s. And now stamping his credentials as a coach at Fatima College. Well, let's meet the officials. Quincy Williams will carry the whistle. Caleb Wales, who was at the FIFA World Cup, will be alongside him together with Ainsley Rochard. And Nikolai Nyron will act as the fourth official. Well, how about the captains come together? As we get some introductions, Steen Devonish, his penalty saves have been instrumental in getting St.Benedict to this point. Adam Pear has been a cut above the rest in this team. Josiah Ocho, LaShawn Morris, packed with experience, and of course Darrell Garcia leading the line. Randolph Boyce is on the bench.
Well, a very familiar formation for the boys from La Romaine, as they set up in their usual 4-3-3 formation. Trotman and Burke provided with Pear the defensive shield for that back four. And of course, Captain Garcia, nicknamed Zoom Zoom, the leading goal scorer in this year's SSFL.
And let's introduce you to Fatima College. Also another team packed with experience. Hospitales, Atherton, Hadid, Koraya, Shaves have all been there. And, well, Shaves is back from a devastating leg injury. No kid in chest jail, but he will be expected to lead the line.
Yeah, King and Hadid Carrera, that midfield trio will be instrumental if Fatima is to get any success here today. Back four led by Atherton has been very resolute in their approaches. Michael Shaves gets the start this time.
Well, what will the next 90 minutes present? Your guess is as good as mine. All their powers combined, and they will hope that it will be enough to get them past the La Romaine Lions. Quincy Williams, one of the top FIFA officials in Trinidad and Tobago, saw Crystal Sobers take charge of the girls' finals. Quincy Williams, cricketer, part-time cricketer in his spare time, will be the main official for this fixture. So it's kickoff here at the Outer Bolden Stadium. And already St. Benedict's College feet to gas as they try to get the ball rolling. Figuratively speaking, to Ethan Throtman. Oh, this is long, and the big defensive boot will get it away. Adam Pear. He's been one of their standout players this season. Pear, younger cousin to Darrell Garcia. Hakeem James. Morris has made the run in behind, and excellent tackle, just takes it away from him. Both teams know each other quite well, having faced each other in competition over the past few years. How about this man? Been the talk of the tongue this season, well, for more reasons than one. In terms of his goal-scoring prowess, well, Definitely no one can take that away from him. Oh, they packed the area. 7 to aim at from St. Benedict. Maybe a handball. And, well, that's well defended from Fatima. Look, Correa just wiggling out of pressure. And there's Levi Smith. Tried to get Shaves going. And it will be back with St. Benedict and Trotman. And that's excellent piece of defending. Well, has stayed alive. I thought for a moment it might have gone out into touch. Pear. Well, he's not going to score from there. And the score remains as is. Good time to bring Brent Sancho in on the conversation. Wonderful atmosphere, Brent. Big occasion.
Yeah, terrific atmosphere at the Ato Boland Stadium. Pitch is still in very good condition. It's still a bit dry out there, so you would see players probably tripping over the ball in one or two occasions. But albeit it is in good nick. As you rightfully said, James, it is a big occasion for both schools, both sets of players. And when you work hard in the preseason, you have goals that you set as a player, as a team. And this is one of them, to win in these sorts of environments, to win in this sort of platform. And of course, despite whatever challenges that you come into this game with, you have to find a way to win. And that's what lifting trophies is all about. Being able to find ways to win an encounter, win your individual battles, win possession and do things that will get you over the line. And I'm very sure both sets of coaches and both sets of players, for that matter, is well aware of that. There's fine margins between a defeat and a victory. And in those fine margins, there's a ton load of ingredients. And those ingredients today, James, will certainly decide who walks away with this year's edition of the Coca-Cola Boys Intercal Series.
Well, they've swung some space in behind here. Certainly aggressive in retaking possession. St. Benedict's here. Paul sent his man for drinks, and not for the first time he's had a shot from distance. This time finding the target. So, if anybody knows how to be cool under pressure, this man, Hudson Charles, has led this team to titles before. Still has a significant core of that team. Last one secondary school title with him. And then there's Randolph Boyce, national under-20 coach, and under his leadership, St. Benedict's College has certainly seen a resurgence to their winning ways last seen back in the 90s. What are the keys, you think, for success for either of these teams?
Well, both teams will have very distinct, different approaches in the way their game module is, James. And I think the team that is able to exert their game plan, the better will win, obviously. And if you get a bit deeper into it, St. Benedict's College, a team that is very direct, is whether or not they can find Garcia running into those spaces, those channels, and taking the defenders, Barrington and Arthurton, into those channels with him, and eventually getting them into 1v1 situations, will win. And I think for Fatima College is how well they can do in the middle of the park. Can they keep their pragmatic approach? Can they keep, of course, the approach where they are ball dominant? And when they do get into the execution third, can they score goals? And I think that really is the key to the game for both teams. It's certainly going to have its very intriguing individual battles in and around the game like any other good footballing fixture. But again, I go back to the fact that these sorts of games are always won in a moment of brilliance or a moment of madness.
Well, here's a moment of madness. Jedediah King trying to get in on the back of Josiah Ocho. And, well, let's just see. Didn't end too well for him. He'll be back on his feet, though. And, well, Mike Grayson, shown best among the crowd. Of course, they've been around the block. Think of St. Augustine Secondary. And you also think has been around the secondary school circle. Most known for their time at St. Augustine, I would say. Oh, he's a big boy. Pick himself up and try again. And it will restart with Johanse Artisan. Been one of the top players this season. Oh, thoughts of whipping this into the area. Away by Pierre. Figaro just running into traffic. Or King, for that matter, who's made his way back on the field. Garcia trying to whip it around the corner. Well, Trotman might still find a way in. And they will settle for a throw. Of the last time that St.Benedict's College won a title, that man on your screen, Josiah Ocho, is part of the lineup. So too Darrell Garcia. Did have the help of Tariq Lee, who was the player of the season that year. Nicholas Bobcom. We left this younger pair to pick up where they left off. Well, they've done well to come out of pressure. Fatima. It's Gooding. Almost found a way through at the back door. Turn of St.Benedict to LaShawn Morris. Here. Does well to find Trotman. James decides to go all the way back to Tane Devonish. Tane Devonish as well. It's part of the last St.Benedict team to win titles in this secondary school football. Shared the goalkeeping responsibility back then with Buckmeyer. Well, they found a way in, and they've got bodies pouring forward. And, well, it chose the wrong option. Space on the inside. Hadid. Michael Shaves will get in again. Well, something special needed. That wasn't it. And Darrell Garcia for a second thought he might have snuck in. Maybe Fatima can. Smith. Kept alive by Gooding. Shaves wants it. Shaves gets it. And touch just a bit too heavy. It's been frenetic, the start.
Yeah, good tempo to the game. It's certainly a lot of endeavor on both teams and desire to win this match. Some real tense 1v1 battles. Here's another one here. This could be a goal. Can it?
Well, I tell you what, to use a Brendan Sancho expression, thought for a moment that might just nest in the top corner.
Well, out of nothing really. Garcia just got a little bit of a space ahead of Barrington. Goalkeeper O'Brien unfortunately left his line and almost paid the dividends for it. Negative dividends that would have been, because he had no business being that far out of his goal. And we've seen Garcia in those sorts of situations before, James, and he's quite deadly in them. Here he comes again.
As Chotman for support, and this time his touch just taking him outside of the regulation area. Oh, he's quick. Gooding. Searching for Smith. Well, lost possession to Adam Pear, who loses possession himself to Hadid. Who had a prayerful moment. Wasn't answered that time.
Yeah, not a bad effort at all by young Karai. A lot will rest on his shoulders this afternoon with no Caden Trisdale available. And certainly capable of handling the mantle. And here he is again on the ball. He certainly has his work cut out for him, because that man there in the middle pair for St. Benedict's College is a one-man wrecking show. Covers a lot of ground in the middle of the park, James.
Oh, just lost his footing there. Punching it forward. Wow. Gone past everybody. Not past the solid defensive boot of Akeem James. Crispin passing Fatima College to move the ball quite quickly. Shaves. Ocho. Couldn't find a way through for Elijah George, who was steaming forward. Well, the drums may have slowed down, but the tempo on the pitch certainly hasn't. Ocho. It's Garcia. It's got Chotman for company. And Chotman has a clear window to goal. And tried to take it first time. Only found the goalkeeper.
Yeah, first time Garcia getting free of his markers. A nice ball there to Trotman. Always a difficult angle. May have been better suited trying to cut it back for Garcia. Just ended up not being able to hit the target. Game starting to open up a bit. Both teams are expressing themselves and have warmed up to the challenge. Been very pleasing in the eye so far, James.
Certainly has been. Not even Picasso could have painted a better picture. Oh, Shaves again. So nifty on the turn. Was out for almost a year. A broken leg, Michael Shaves. Unfortunately for him, just after making his international cap. Well, here's Darrell Garcia. And he's found a way in. How do you stop a goal threat? Well, you can't. If his name is Darrell Garcia, and the St. Benedict fans, they know it. That is a cold finish.
Yeah, we talked about how dangerous this young man is. Certainly onside there. Fatima defenders asking the questions. Peeled off the back of defender Barrington. Not the best of first touch, but you have to give credit with the finish, because he knew exactly where he wanted to place that ball. Not the cleanest of first touch, but it doesn't matter when you have a second touch that puts the ball into the back of the net, and it's 1-0 to St. Benedict's College.
Well, his name will be written in the headlines if the Laramian Lions can go on to capitalize on this early advantage. And, well, the star man living up to his billing. Terrell Garcia got a yellow card for his troubles, by the way. Don't know, Brent. I don't know how I feel about giving players yellow cards, penalizing them for celebrations. Of course, there's excessive celebrations, but so.
Well, I don't agree with it. if that's a question, whether or not the yellow card was given, I don't agree with it. I think it's a silly law. It really is. It takes away from the passion of the game. Of course, no yellow card was given in this instance. However, the fact that it is normally given for goal celebrations, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's probably made by people that has probably never played the sport and probably never scored a goal in their lives.
I think the best part for me growing up, looking at celebrations, think of the Cameroonians, the Brazilians, was almost as good as the goals. Everyone jostling another former TNT international. Well, here's Morris, was known for his celebrations as well.
And they look up for it, don't they? St. Benedict's College. They seem to have that little zip in their steps that is required to win these sorts of nights. But you just feel that Fatima College can turn it up another gear or two. That's why this encounter is such an interesting one.
Now that should be handled easily by Tane Devonish. James and Ocho might have handled. Well, Pierre intercepts well, and couldn't find Morris. Well defended. Back to Pierre, and illegal was the challenge. So it will be Fatima's ball. You've got to feel sorry for Fatima College. It did start brightly.
It did, and it was at a moment where they were seemingly in the ascendancy. They started to string a few passes together and find a couple open spaces, and out of nowhere, long ball upfield, and Garcia was in. And that's what they're all about, St. Benedict's. Their transition game has been tremendous. As I said, James, I just don't think this game is over. I don't feel this has one goal in it.
Gooding. Oh, Michael Shaves has been pretty lively in attack. Mentioned earlier, missed almost a year of action after a broken leg. Match against Matura United. And unfortunately for the young man, it was just after making an international debut, so to speak. How difficult is it rebounding after such a serious injury as a footballer to get back to your best level?
I think firstly, we are very fortunate that we live in a time where the sports science has become so gravely improved, or so greatly improved, I should say. Back in the day, MCL will end your career. Now you have opportunities to return. I've said all of that to suggest that it's not about sports science, it's really mental. I've seen so many players come back, and there is always going to be a level of hesitation and getting used to. And of course, when you're coming back from injury, it's just trying to get the better of your mind. And I think that is what it is for a player. And Michael Shaves is still trying to find that.
Well, of course, you can capture all the action on our SportsMax app. Downloaded today from Google Play and the App Store to stay up to date with all the latest in sports around the region. Courtesy of the SportsMax app. Get it now. Well intercepted, and they have a nippy way about moving the ball. Fatima College, well-drilled team under Hudson Charles. Well, just looking at Shaves, finds a pocket of space between the lines. And
bad.
Well,
I tell you what,
might have been something had it nestled into the far corner.
Well, it's end-to-end stuff here now. St.Benedict, they're on the charge.
Well, here's Morris. And that's a great challenge. I asked you earlier, Brent, how do you recover after something like that by scoring goals?
It has really picked up this game. Really like the tempo it's played at. This could be trouble here for Fatima.
Oh, just took a touch of Ocho. And Garcia at the back door. Oh, nobody home. Well, nobody that can finish. Morris knows he should have done better. He couldn't.
I tell you what. First with this strike here by Shaves. Look at that. It's a lot of action on that ball. Devon is beaten at all ends. And then this opportunity. Peach of a ball by Garcia. As delightful as it comes. Just needs a touch. It needs something. And it couldn't be applied. And somehow, remarkably, James Saunders, we're still at 1-0.
I tell you what, sure 50 Cent wasn't referring to this game when he spoke about the candy shop. But it's certainly been a candy shop of a match. Goodies being shared all around. Well, maybe more. Garcia. And easy in the end for O'Brien. Well, witnessing a treat at the moment. Needs a good touch. Does get support. Hadid. Shader Devonish. Firm, immovable object. Stain Devonish.
Yeah, good bit of play between Correa and Hadid. Good strike there by Hadid. Just didn't have any real direction behind it. Certainly had the venom.
Well, they come again. Ocho. Done well to create space. And, well, the space between the crossbar and the ball didn't match the turn.
Well, the man from Point Fortin, as I was told downstairs, having a go. Good bit of play between him and Garcia. And they just didn't have to finish it. Both teams exchanging opportunities. And he said it's a kind of end of the edge of your seat stuff here, James. Both teams have brought their A game to the final, which has made this a great spectacle.
Well, if I may, Brent, just to go back to the earlier shot from Hadid, what I have enjoyed, particularly from the attacking trident of Fatima College, is their body position and receiving balls in the area. Saw Hadid with a fantastic turn to get away a shot. Seen some good touches from Michael Shaves as well, preparing the ball with his touch every single time. And we've seen a yellow card as well.
Yeah, essentially it was a late challenge. Really frantic pace, James. Of course, Leach there with the challenge. Late one at that. This is Adam Peer. I'm not sure why he tried from there.
He's full of ambition.
Certainly so.
Oh, Leach, by the way, is the man who had been penalized for the earlier challenge. It's only 25 minutes. It's hard to believe. Shaves.
That's a good tackle.
It's robbed of possession. Garcia waiting for support. Ocho had it picked off him. And Shaves also had his pocket picked. I think one characteristic about Michael Shaves that I've enjoyed looking at before he got injured. It's his movement. It's something that I always want to see from young players. It's something that I've found lacking a lot of times. He's very good at it.
Yeah, and when you have a player, especially playing in the position that he plays, which is that number 9 role, that makes them self-available for the built-up play, it's an added bonus to any team, and it could give teams varying dimensions when they are in their attacking phase. And his willingness to do the hard graft, as they say in football, that's unlucky.
Oh, Karaya bent it in the wrong direction. He's a busy body himself, Karaya. And lots of busy bodies around.
Not much room here, is there? It's a full house.
Well, I'm not sure if this is a manger. Certainly no room. Figaro. Ocho. And he's linked up well with Trotman. Waiting for support. And didn't find the support, to the dismay of the Real Garcia. Fatima are away.
Again, it's that man, Adam Peer. It's very hard to dispute when it comes to a particular position in that number 6 role. You'll find any better in the SSFL.
And the man you picked here just a while ago, Randolph Boyce, remember in an interview, he likened his playing style to that of Rodri.
Yeah. I wouldn't go down that road. I would. He's more someone that breaks up the play. And I might lean towards a Makalele. I may lean towards, of course, an N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, I agree. Karaya. Oh. Challenge on Hadid. And again, Sheaves. Well read by the defense. Again, Karaya and Sheaves combining. Sheaves wants it back, but it's in the area. And they had to be alert. Joshua Figaro to clear the danger. Or maybe here, a window of opportunity. Just crowded out in the end, Sheaves. So, poor touch. Gives possession back to St.Benedict. Whoa, how about that for the ballerina turn? Possession reset. Half an hour played here at the Atherbolden Stadium. St.Benedict's that lead by a goal to nil in the Coca-Cola Intercol final. Patient in build-up. Couldn't pick out Sheaves that time. Maybe they'll try another pass to Leach. King. Well, he's still going, King. Well, they can't stop him, King. And they just couldn't find a space between the upright and goalkeeper Tane Devonish.
Well, there was some uncertainty surrounding the St.Benedict's defense when King started his approach. And that uncertainty started to ring alarm bells because King found a way through it, slalomed him through, and just couldn't wrap his left foot around it to get under it and around Devonish.
Oh, here's Garcia on a run of his own. He's invited some support. Burke opening up here, Garcia. Well saved by O'Brien. pretty alert. And maybe now Fatima can get forward. It's been good on the eyes, this final.
It certainly has been, and what I like about it, James, when you look at what these players are attempting to do, it's the right things. They're trying to maintain possession, they're trying to switch points of attack, and it looks like a game filtered with a lot of high IQ or high thinking or high processing behind it, and you have to appreciate that. Not all of it is going to be coming off in the right way every single time, but it's the thought behind what we are seeing this afternoon is good.
Levi Smith's touch is heavy. Back into Hadid. Artisan. Oh, almost ran into trouble there, Gooding. Leach. Got Correa for support. Maybe we'll whip it in, Leach. Oh, Garcia's linked up well with Ocho. Carved open some room. And maybe we'll find Ocho again. He's got lots of space ahead of him. And shot didn't match the build-up. Maybe perhaps Brent, you thought he might have gone across goal?
Yeah, and Garcia was wide open. I think Ocho saw the headlights and saw his name on it. As we have a look at it here, again, good bit of play by Ocho. Not the angle he could have. This is dangerous on the other end. Of course, he could have probably played it, but on the other end, Devonish would have saved. It's all happening here at the Atto Bowling Ground.
Well, I'm sorry you missed it, guys, but St. Devonish had to be Superman. And, well, see for yourself. Have a look. Oh, goodness me.
Again, Chaves allowed to shoot from distance. And Devonish there for a minute there. I thought he was beaten. James, you would appreciate that as a goalkeeper. That's what you call a fingernail save, not tips.
That's a headline that you find or you dream of as a goalkeeper, to make one of those in a final. They're knocking again. Oh, certainly full of confidence, in Devonish. Oh, here's a man full of confidence as well, Darrell Garcia. Has he unlocked the door? For St.Benedict. Support. Well, he just felt that the weight of the pass back to Darrell Garcia was a bit overcooked.
Yeah, it would have taken an unbelievable strike here from Garcia after this pass was laid back way too heavy for him. He would have had to do a lot of adjusting to be able to get that on target. The pace that ball came back at him didn't give him much opportunity to adjust himself.
Well, that's definitely something that you learn and develop at the higher level. It's not just about making the right pass, making the right choice, but the right weight of the pass. Well, here's Levi Smith making another one of those dazzling runs. Now this will be a free kick opportunity, and Michael Shaves wants all of it, and it's because of that challenge.
Yeah, it was from behind essentially. I think obviously there will be argument that he won the ball. He can't do that from behind. That's anything close to the other two attempts that Shaves had, James. Maybe in for something spectacular.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's not midnight, but he might be having nightmares, seeing Devonish, seeing that man standing over it, Michael Shaves. Oh, this one, well, a far cry from what we saw earlier.
Yeah, just leaning back a bit too much. Didn't really extend his leg when he executed the shot. Hence the reason he really wasn't able to hit the framework.
But so far they've managed to get off 8 shots on goal, Fatima College. And perhaps the more dangerous of them, and all of them perhaps coming from Michael Shaves as well. It's not just the amount of shots, because by contrast, St.Benedict have had 12 opportunities on goal, but you just feel that Fatima's shooting has been a bit more efficient, although they still trail.
Yeah, I will have to agree with that statement. A lot of it is down to Fatima's build-up play has been excellent.
Or maybe you can change that percentage here. Have had some good opportunities so far. It's Garcia. Well, eyes on the referee. Not interested is Quincy Williams. They've had moments as well, St. Benedict's.
Yeah, and truth be told, they've looked a more dangerous team, especially when they're playing in transition. This time Garcia, but defending eventually by Barrington, standing his man up, didn't make a tackle. Garcia eventually falling over on his own. Look at him here, just standing his ground. That's good defending. And of course, his captain Arterton is always there to make sure that the job is finished.
This is Trotman. Ocho. Clever. Couldn't pick out a teammate though. George. Well, they've done well. Trotman needs a good service here. Couldn't find Darrell Garcia. It's looking like a hungry fox inside the area. Fatima College will try to mount an attack of their own. Shaves. Still Michael Shaves. Wall broken up by Adam Peer. Arterton. Levi Smith. Fouled. So, man doing the fouling was in fact Akeem James. Gets a stern talking to from Quincy Williams. This is high and well dealt with. King. Oh, hardly been a dull moment in this match. And that is well intercepted. Taken away by LaShawn Morris. Was an integral part of the St. Benedict's team in 2022, won the league title. Well, that is almost surgical in nature, but also well defended by Fatima. Well, shouts for a handball. To be fair, don't think he had much reaction time. Discussion being used by Quincy Williams. Probing. Trotman's on the other end. Couldn't pick up. And Arterton in a bit of a pickle that he deals with quite well. King, his turn to dance out of danger, and they've done it really well. Hadid, Karaya, They've got movement out on the right side. No space to get his pass away. And Burke has found himself in a pocket. Two players racing in on the inside. And a challenge that is worth its weight in gold. All the rhythm drums providing the backdrop to what has been a final, has lived up to every bit of expectation so far. Oh, that's careless. And might be forced to pay as Morris comes away with it. Fatima College, space. Game increasingly becoming a bit stretched. Stretch contest, you feel, Brent, might favor a more direct St.Benedict team?
Just a bit. But certainly Fatima College have shown that they can maintain that sort of tempo with their short passing style and ability to move the ball around the park. Just think in some instances when Michael Shaves does come out from his role as the out-and-out striker, the number 9, there's no one really filling that gap to stretch the St. Benedict's back line. And maybe that's something they need to look at. Someone needs to get ahead of him, what you call line-breaking runs, because you need to keep the St. Benedict's back four honest and make Adam Pear and the likes in the middle of the park double their efforts.
Hadid out wide. And can get in on the front door. Ocho. And the ball won back by Adam Pear, but not before Ocho called his man. So we are into the final minute of the first half. First half that is led by St. Benedict's College. But a first half that you feel is a lot more even than the scoreline might suggest. And the goalkeeper who's been outstanding so far, Shane Devonish. How about a miracle? Well, he certainly needed one to get that done after it took off. David Hospitalis not quite finding his mark. 1 minute, confirmation of which will be added to the first half. Can Fatima College find something to get them back in the contest? Foul goes against them this time. Somewhat happy with what he's seen. Side in front. Can they see it through to the half? Devonish. Hasn't always looked the most comfortable in possession. But what a pass he's made so far to get them out of pressure. Burke. Narrow formation from St. Benedict's College. Trying to cut through the middle. Well, he's seen enough Quincy Williams. And that will be all she wrote for the first half. Just one chance is what it took for St. Benedict's to cut through the Fatima defense and give themselves a head start in this final. And it was the main man, that man, Darrell Garcia, who for all the talk this season has been instrumental. St.Benedict College, they lead 1-0 against Fatima College. This is the Coca-Cola Intercol final. Well, in just a sec, we'll have a chat with the captain, who just happens to be the main man. His name, Darrell Garcia. And I tell you what, Leo Chin standing by with him.
Thank you, James. Yes, I am here with Darrell Garcia, captain of St. Benedict College. You were just dancing. Excellent goal from you. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, first half we come out and play very good, so second half we had to go out and do the same thing.
Absolutely. Well, all the best in second half. And of course, Captain Atherton of Fatima College. Unfortunately, didn't go your way in the first half. What do you expect to see from your troops in the second?
More of an attacking threat. I feel like we're too slow in the attack, and I feel like we're up the tempo on them.
Absolutely. Well, all the best in the second half. And of course, it is 1-0 here, St. Benedict's College lead against Fatima College in the finals of the National Intercol here in the Atto Boldon Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the halftime analysis.
Well, in case you missed it, you missed a treat here at the Atto Boldon Stadium. It is halftime between St. Benedict's College and Fatima Coca-Cola Intercol final. Well, let's look back at some of the moments and tell you what, put your mittens on. This is delicious. Darrell Garcia, star of the final so far. The first real chance. Just didn't drop in fame over O'Brien. Fatima College were very threatening early on. Not perhaps their most threatening from Correa. And then Garcia and Trotman linking up. First time effort. In terms of opportunities and shots, and Benedict certainly dominated that department. But this man just needs one shot, one kill. Darrell Garcia. And it was that killer blue ice cold that puts St. Benedict's College 1-0 ahead in this final. Showing exactly what needs to be done in that situation. Man of the match, ice cold, Paul Palmer. Sure Vibes Carter will be proud of that. And then later on, Shaves dropping into the pocket. And look at that. That would have been something special. St. Devon is beaten, but not the upright. On the other end, more Garcia moments. And he gave Morris a gift that he should have accepted. Instead, the chance was denied. Who says more Shaves? And look at that, it needed Superman to stop it. And that's pretty much how the first half ended. 1-0 to St. Benedict's College under the lights. So tell us what the stats say. Shots of Fatima College are behind St. Benedict's in that regard. And, well, pretty much even in everything except runs into the box, which was dominated by St. Benedict's. And, well, in terms of the scoreline, that has been all St. Benedict's 1-0 at the half. Well, Hansi Veen is standing by with the funny man, Junior Lee.
Yo, James Saunders. I don't think that's the way you'd like to be referred to. Junior Lee joins me on the field. Junior Lee, what has the vibe been?
The vibe is amazing.
Right.
A lot of fun. We see St. Benedict's really doing some real great football here today.
Right, good. Well, we know you have a lot of giveaways with Coca-Cola today, but I'm here with the guys from Fatima College, Aidan, Paul, Ethan. How y'all feel your team has done in the first half?
Well, what I can say is that we didn't play to our best ability in the first half. The goal could have been saved. The passes weren't the best. But hopefully in the second half we can play it out.
What are you expecting?
I'm expecting in the second half for us to do much better, maybe come back, and I hope everybody's okay and we go on.
All right, guys, head on down to your side to defend. We're going to do 30 seconds of fame. We'll see if these guys from St. Benedict's College can get it in the goal of Fatima College. Talk to them.
These fellas ready. Guys, how the game going for you?
Well, it's going good, but at the first half we start to gain momentum, we get a goal in, so see how the second half plays out.
Nice. What do you expect in the game?
I expect that students scores our next goal, and the score prediction would be 3-1.
All right. Well, Junior, let's step aside. Give these young men a chance to attack. Guys, it is yours. 30 seconds. Begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Attack the ball. The Fatima College boys distracted. They seem distracted.
That's why I need to stay focused on hands.
Yeah, definitely. Watching the St. Benedict's boys try it. All right, across. Oh, a block. Ooh. This one getting hot, boy. Junior Lee boy. I take this up.
I think St. Benedict's can take it. Look, somebody just fly off.
5, 4, 3.
Goal. It's a goal.
St. Benedict!
Hey, St. Benedict's is I tell you, I train them. I train them since they're young like this. I know them. I used to be the coach in preschool. That's Andre and Tate.
He got the names wrong. Junior Lee, thank you.
I got it wrong?
Yes, you get it very wrong. And Tez and Trey.
Same thing. I train them.
All right, let's go back to Brent and Luchin. These guys, we have prizes for them. It's all good. We're here, Coca-Cola Intercol Finals.
Thank you, Hans. Action all over in this final. Brent, St. Benedict's College 1-0. Intense first half. Your analysis of it.
Yeah, you know, normally when you see these types of games and the magnitude of the game and the importance of the game, it sometimes it gets overawed, this situation. Yeah. But this has lived up to the billing. Both teams have been good. We've seen good quality football. The intent and the purpose is good. And I just think St. Benedict's shaves it just a little bit. They look a lot more dangerous, particularly in transition. When the likes of Ochoa, when the likes of Garcia and others are adding in, they attack it with speed and purpose, and they certainly look the part. Fatima College, Leo, have certainly played the part in this game as well. They just really lack that killer instinct in the final third.
Well, let's talk about Darrell Garcia. I mean, he has been the star man coming into this one. So far, he's lived up to the big game as well. Well taken goal.
A well taken goal. You will find it very difficult to see a goal, of course, scored at that level. Not only that, it was a difficult opportunity, he made it look easy. His willingness to run, the opportunities that he's creating from his movement, and again, the others that have joined him, Ochoa, who have certainly been part of the attack, and their willingness to get forward have made it difficult for Fatima College. And if they have to find a way back into the game, it first starts with stopping that sort of transition happening on them, and secondly, then they build from there and try to be able to play and execute.
And surely they have the capability of doing it. We saw in the semi-finals they were able to subdue the Sweden threat. Now they have a similar task in dealing with Darrell Garcia as well.
Well, they do, and I think one of the ways of dealing with him, and one of the things that they've fallen short with, as we are going to give an example now, you being Garcia, I just think when the ball is played into Garcia, the defenders are dropping off, and that's a problem. So he's able to turn and attack. What they have to do once the ball is played into Garcia, it's very important that they get as tight as possible to make sure at least to send him backwards, and even if he is to go on to make a play, they will have defenders covering defenders coming around. It is important that they keep that close to him. You don't want to give him the room to express himself and be able to bring others into it.
And finally, do Fatima College need more going forward as well, you think?
Well, I think what they need is a focal point. They need Shaves to stay a little bit more higher up the park, allow the others like Carrera and Hadid to pick up the ball in those hard spaces and then run at the St. Benedict's back four. If they adjust that, I think they'll be a bit more potent going forward.
Absolutely. Well, it is 1-0 St. Benedict's College lead against Fatima College. A goal from none other than Darrell Zoom Zoom Garcia in this National Boys Intercol Finals here at the Atto Boldon Stadium. Don't forget to download the SportsMax app on both the Apple Store and the Google Play. But as it stands, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, it's the second half of this National Intercol Final here at the Atto Boldon Stadium. Don't go anywhere.
All the lights of Cuba Central Trinidad lights up the stadium, lights up the arena where the Stars are here and ready for the second half. Welcome back to the Coca-Cola Intercol Finals. St. Benedict's College against Fatima. A match that is led by St. Benedict's College 1-0. James Saunders is my name, Brent Sancho alongside me. And, well, the Spartans back out and ready for war with 45 minutes of football separating these teams and a champion. Now that's the man who's made his mark so far in the first 45. Will the streak of good luck continue for him? It's been outstanding this season. And so far, this final, he showed some outstanding quality with an outstanding finish. Tane Devonish had to be Superman on occasion or two. Well, this is the start of the second half. 45 more minutes before we find out who will be crowned Intercol champions. Burke. Can't find Garcia. It's away by Arterton. Surging forward now is Fatima College. And should be easy for Fatima boys to recollect. Fatima College, a school that has produced outstanding sportsmen. And first two that come to mind, of course, the great Brian Charles Lara, and of course Everett Galley Cummings.
I may even add my very good friend Arnold Roberts as well. National swimmer, footballer. I'm sure Arnold played cricket as well for Fatima. I won't be surprised. It's a long, long list of, I think of course, and our very dear and good friend Colin Murray.
Can't forget Colin.
I was going to wait for the very last moment to mention his name.
He's somewhere wearing a frilly skirt and pom-poms in hand. Biggest cheerleader. Good movement from St. Benedict's Morris. And then Berg just drifting inside a bit early. So all defended in the end. Oh, trying to exploit space down the wide area.
Yeah, it's just a heavy touch. And I think that's really been the Achilles heel for Fatima College when they've gotten into their attacking third. Just seemingly lacked the quality. And what's amazing about it, the quality that we saw in the middle third and then, of course, the build-up third just goes a-begging when it gets into the attacking third. Kind of scratch your head when you think about it, James, because they show it when they're in the building up phases, but when they get to the attacking third, it goes.
No, this time they come again, looking for room, and although Quincy Williams had a good look at it, decided it wasn't worth his attention. So, how about that to get out of traffic? And how about this? Ocho having a master class today. And that's a master class in good defending as well. Certainly trying to exploit that left-hand channel, and the end product severely lacking on that occasion. Now, we spoke about remarkable past pupils of Fatima College, Brent, and I think the most remarkable thing about it is that the stadium is named after another Fatima alumni, Atto Bolden.
Well, I was about to say that, but the producers were screaming in my ears to mention Colin Murray. So I erred in judgment by naming Colin Murray before I did, of course, Atto Bolden.
How dare you?
Of course, the other stadium, A.C. Crawford, is named by another gold medalist. And he's here as well this afternoon. And there he is.
Olympic gold medalist, World Championship gold medalist. And maybe a goal. At a wild strike at Darrell Garcia. No contact made. He knows just how close that chance was. They know as well. Now, the picture you just saw moments earlier also featured one Caden Chestriel, one of the outstanding players, current players for Fatima this year. Forced to miss out today.
And a massive miss, if I may add. I think just that guile and that quality in the final third that he normally brings, it's certainly been missed today. Again, another opportunity goes a begging for Fatima.
Burke running into trouble. Morris. Look at both teams. Contrasting type of players. St.Benedict, more direct players. Nifty, good technical players. Fatima College, excellent passers. More possession oriented. Good game awareness as well. Understanding of positions. Makes an intriguing final. Oh, here's one of those crafty men I was talking about. And here, Burke will have another opportunity. Morris. It's part of a last under-20 national team setup, LaShawn Morris. Whoa! Oh, that was a scare. I'm not sure anybody knew exactly what happened there.
Oh, it's good work again by Burke. Had his eyes up. I think he was looking to pick out Ochoa. And instead, Ochoa couldn't get to it. But certainly O'Brien was beaten by the movement.
Is there more magic in the boots of this man, Darrell Garcia? Short. More Garcia. Well, found his target. He didn't find his. And they will have to reset and come again.
Well, there must be some thoughts on the bench from at Fatima College picture. A lot to think about, that's for sure.
So, Chutman, for all his hard work, suffering from a hard collision. Oh, they're pretty quiet.
I think they'll be disappointed in just that lack of quality in the final third.
And Just caught a glimpse of Atherton's father. Atherton Senior was a former defender with a Ream of Fire.
Again, this collision here. Harrington with that outstretched left leg. I think that's the final damage.
Looking at that, I'm not sure who came out worst.
I know. It's a mid-air collision of huge proportions. Let's going back to the Fatima faithful and of course their disappointment.
Yeah, Cook Pereira as well, chairman of the San Juan Laventil.
Former manager of San Juan Jablute as well. It's just that they're normally so efficient in the final third, Fatima College. And they haven't been able to really pry open this St. Benedict's team. It's not that they don't have the quality or capabilities of doing it. It's just that they have not made the right decisions when they've gotten into the final third, when they're normally good at that.
Shields looking to make it happen. And gets through. Maybe now, Hospitalis. Not a bad challenge.
Not a bad effort at all by Shaves. He has looked the most likely to score for Fatima College, Michael Shaves.
Needs a good service. Michael Leach is the man entrusted with delivering. Well, that almost snuck in, didn't it? St. Benedict will try to break quickly. Trotman, who's recovered well from the last injury. And Burke with space to run into. Here's Burke! Well, like hot air, that rose.
And I'm quite sure he will want that one back. It's a good switch of attack, or switch of point of attack. Two yellow jerseys in attendance. One, Burke accepted the invitation. Again, this opportunity here by Shaves. Good last minute defending. And both teams may feel of James that they should have scored.
Certainly been plenty of opportunities on offer. Both ends. Well, change is being made at the moment. So Fatima will make the first change. And Bailey will come in, replacing King.
Yeah, that is certainly a sign of attacking impetus from Coach Hudson Charles. I think he's going to ask Bailey to play up front with Shaves, which is certainly Fatima College going for broke.
Oh, that's a foul. Can't see main man Garcia.
Yeah, just get in there late, Barrington. And judge for barging into the back of Garcia, who have made the height, and his attempt was late.
Adam Peer with an opportunity to etch his name, perhaps in the headlines and in the history book for St. Benedict's College. All eyes on O'Brien. He's got a four-man wall to protect him. They've got one job. So was he. Pair. It was clever, but it wasn't good enough to beat that man O'Brien.
Well, if you're a cricketer, you'll be familiar with the change-up. That was a slower ball. Because Pierre had O'Brien guessing for a while. He would have seen it very late, the Fatima College custodian, but he did well. Here he is again.
Well, denying Terrell Garcia, who pulled off a crowd pleaser to get that shot away. It's always good to have your goalkeeper in the mood. That's the one man you always want switched on. Well, Hospitalis thought for a second he had beaten his man. Hadid, hand pass Pierre. Didn't choose the best option. Here's Bailey. Searching. Almost picked out Hospitalis. Well defended. Or has it? Well, Fatima might feel they have a chance to get something in. Play allowed to continue. And eventually Pierre comes away with it. And Garcia, well, the old backbreaker, needs support. And, well, he got the wrong type of support. Will get the support of the referee. Will issue the yellow card. He wants the fans to get involved. Well, and they oblige willingly.
Good work again there by Garcia, attracting 3 defenders, and that was very late by Gooden. Mistimed his shackle. Lots of studs showing there. And might feel a bit fortunate that it only was a yellow.
Here into the safe hands of a goalkeeper O'Brien.
He's been immense here. He's seemingly everywhere. Adam Pear for St.Benedict's College.
Does cover space well. That's what you need, somebody playing in that position.
I think it's not only his spatial awareness, but his ability to read the game as well. It gets him to places a lot faster than a normal player. Again, there he goes.
Well, Sean Morris has certainly made an enterprising run forward. And the St. Benedict players are queuing up in the area. Well, he's lost possession in a bad area. And this will open a lots of space for Fatima College to exploit. All the sending bodies forward, Fatima. St. Benedict's caught out of position. You just feel that's a bit of tired legs there, Brent.
Yeah, tired legs and tired mind. He has to be careful, Gooden. He's on a card.
Trotman. It's been a bit silent in the second half. A bit more than we saw in the first. Ocho. He's been another magician tonight. Another player who's looked in the mood. Chance to reset. Here just dictating the pace. George. Garcia. Well, look at him go. Darrell Garcia. Ever wondered why they call him Zoom Zoom? Example. No, they've just given that up in a bad position. St.Benedict College needed penalties to overcome Signal Hill Senior in the semi-final of this competition. A couple of saves from Tane Devonish in goal. Led for much of the match until a penalty against them allowed Signal Hill back in the contest. Fatima College, it's been a bit more straightforward getting here. And there's Adam Pierre yet again. Tries to find his cousin, Garcia. He's asking for help from the referee with the support of his coach. Quincy Williams says, I saw it.
Yeah, certainly was foul. You just have to be careful with some of his frailing hands. That you don't want that to be misinterpreted to anything other than. The last thing he wants is pick up a silly card. He's done his job tonight so far, the captain Garcia.
Figaro. And I'm not sure anybody understood exactly what he was trying to do there. Pierre. Well, Karaya showing nimble legs. And how about that? He had ideas. Dreams of grandeur, perhaps. Seems that he is the only person with that sort of ambition. They need more. It might come here. Burke is out, and David will come in for St.Benedict. And Smith will see the end of his evening, and he will be replaced by Gobin. Well, how about this throw? Attempted ball from Ocho, and already David getting in on the action. Don't forget, you can capture all of the action courtesy of the SportsMax app. Download it today on Google Play, or get it from the Apple App Store. SportsMax app, where you can stay abreast of all of the action. Hadid couldn't pick out Shaves. Just sense perhaps needs a little more support around than Michael Shaves. Not as active in the second half as we saw in the first. Well, he thought he beat his man there, but Ocho has been having a wonderful game so far. won back by David, looking for Garcia. And should be easy to handle for the goalkeeper. He's worked hard, Josiah Ocho. This time receiving some treatment.
Well, it has been a keenly contested boys intercol final, pleasing on the eye, and both teams are endeavoring to do the right things. And I think on the 70th plus minute mark, James, you would have to say that St. Benedict's College have tried to do the right things more times than Fatima College has, and that's the reason why they're up 1-0. They've been slick, they've been determined, and when they do play in transition, they've been lethal. That man there in the screen who's receiving treatment, Achoa and Morrison and Garcia, Burke, those players have certainly added a lot. And of course Trotman as well, I have to stick his name in there. They've all added to that really fast-paced St. Benedict's attack, and that group there that you're seeing on your screen will be very proud of what they've seen so far. I did say in the build-up, James, it has not been perfect for St. Benedict's College. They stuttered against Naparima College in the South Zone Intercol final, and they certainly had a lot to think about in the semi-finals against Signal Hill. In both occasions they came through on penalty kicks, and as you know, that is a lottery in itself.
I think the main problem for St. Benedict's College, at some observational level, haven't scored an abundance of goals this season.
And Shaves again with the shots. He seems to have a shooter inside. Yeah, and I'd agree with you with that. Yeah. A lot of really tight and close encounters.
It's either been Durrell Garcia for the most part or nothing. They've won a lot by 1-goal margins.
And some of it down to his brilliance. But tonight they've shown a lot more attacking flexibility. You must say that what they've produced is something really good. Like this, they've seen a lot of this. James, combinations play, getting out of tight areas, being clever in the approach of things.
Arthurson. Well, they will strive to get forward now, Fatima College.
I think this is where they struggle, James. Just that bit of innovation to get a fair looking on goal. They've built, but when the areas you need to be crafty, you need to be a bit more clever. They've not been able to do that. It's not that they've not found the ball in those spaces like they are now. They just haven't been able to do the right thing. This might be the opportunity. That's a lot better.
Ball defended by Figaro. Oh, this could be enterprising. And but it looked good for a moment. Fizzled out like a firework, flash in the sky. But substitute Bailey, he says, I'm up for it. Started here. And, well, the national cyclist, if you're looking on.
Tell you what, if that had went in, I think they would have shut the... If that had gone in, they would have shut the lights off in Atterbolden and sent everyone home.
Nicholas Paul might have been in trouble. Brand new cyclist on the scene. Found a nice pocket of space here. Well, could get interesting. Just lost his angle. I think you're right. They do lack a bit of enterprise, Fatima College. In the final third, that is. Well, somebody's enjoying the festivities. What do you call that dance from Team Devonish?
The I'm in front 1-0 dance. That's well tackled.
Garcia. And Ocho just lost his footing. Well, there's a man down for St.Benedict. Might be Trotman, but play continues. Oh, not fully cleared by Pay and Hospitalis. Well, somebody got off the hook. Just fell asleep there for a second. St.Benedict. And Mitchell would be happy that that didn't end up behind T and Devonish.
And I'm just looking at the defenders from Fatima College having a conversation with the attackers. And I'm very sure I know what they're telling them. You're getting your chances, at least, to enter the final third. And they just seem, willingness to do it. It's almost like clockwork, James. When they do get into the attacking third, it just breaks down. Bad pass, poor touch, a shot that should have been, and overall, in some occasions, just poor decision making.
How exactly do you get your team to do that?
Well, it's a mindset. And they have to realize if they are to get back into this contest, they have to improve that side of the game. It's as simple as that. This is a national finals, and if you're not good in your attacking third, it's 9 times out of 10 you won't win the game, not at the national final level. It has to be better in those occasions.
Well, it might be the end of the evening for Seth Hadid. He's been busy, hasn't found success yet, Michael Shaves. So to this man, Luke Correa. Ball intercepted by Bailey. And that's a prayer of his that won't be answered. New man in, and it is Yearwood who replaces Hadid. Savio Yearwood. Then he got a sensational name. Ocho. James. David running into trouble and been chipped up. It's a free kick. Elijah David winning a free kick for his team that will be taken by Adam Pierre. Needs to find St.Benedict head. Found it. And found a safe pair of gloves in O'Brien as well. Doing his part to keep the scoreline as is. Well, St. Devonish will get there first. A bit of fortune.
I tell you what, for a minute there, I thought he was in. That would have been something special. Oh, bad first touch. Just feel, James, there's a couple more twists and turns to this occasion here tonight.
No room. And LaShawn Morris has found it to be an enforcer in the middle. Can find a way through the golden shirts of St. Benedict's. 10 minutes remaining. Can see some tired legs emerging. Has to be careful here. All the way back to Atherton. Wants something ahead of him. And won't get any. Will be a goal kick. Nine minutes separates St. Benedict's College from being crowned Intercol champions. Might win a corner, and he does.
Wasted opportunity, really.
Oh. Time ticking for Fatima. Well, perhaps the closest they've come. St. Devonish needed to get a hand, and well, he can laugh about it. I'm not sure the fans saw anything funny there.
Still in the box.
Garcia has support on his outside. He's lost his footing, Trotman. Well, he's kept it alive, hasn't he? He has Elijah David. He's got Garcia in that middle, and that is a vital touch.
Tell you what, give Barrington a lot of credit there, because he had a lot of ground to make up if he was to impose himself on Adam, and he did just that. And as you rightfully said, James, vital, as there were 3 yellow shirts waiting in the area.
But it's not over yet. Ocho, wrong side of the net. Oh, can they find something late in this contest? Fatima Hospitalis. And Shaves just losing steam in the end. And a bit of a wayward kick from St. Benedict's as well. Time for the SportsMax app moment. And it's the dynamic duo. Ocho to Garcia. And that usually equals magic. And look at this. That's how it's done. That's how you get a SportsMax moment. They still come knocking, Fatima College. Bailey. Pushed too far ahead. Chance opening up, and as close as it came, just couldn't finish the job.
That looked like it was about to nestle into the back of the net. Again, it looked like the substitute that came on. Fatima is starting to ask some questions, James. Fatigue as well as stepping in on St. Benedict's College.
Certainly has lost some of the pace we saw from them earlier. Ball.
Absolutely.
Could have been a hero for a second, but again, it's that man Figaro who said no, denied with prejudice. Well, they can't sleep here. And again.
Some really edge of your seat stuff here now for St. Benedict's College. They're holding on.
So we not fine enough, you feel? Well, here's Hospitalis. They're really turning on the screws. Couldn't drive it home. The corner will be taken quickly. Shaves wants something here. He's got the tools to be a hero. Needed a touch. A better touch, perhaps. And again, Fatima College will throw bodies forward. Bailey too far ahead of Shaves.
I think when, no matter the result in this one, Fatima College will look back at it and think they could have done better, particularly in their attacking third. And of course, all thoughts go to Caden Tristrail. I just can't believe in this day and age that a player can miss the finals from an accumulation of cards. That's absolutely ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. You want your best players out there in the finals. An accumulation of cards is absurd. And it's certainly a rule that should be looked into, as you have confirmation of the substitution. And what a Caden Tristrail to this final would have meant to the entire night of activities.
Absolutely right. Josiah Fernandez is the man in. They're just less than 2 minutes away from a national intercall title to Benedict's College. Just 3 national titles to their credit. One accomplished by part of this generation. The other in a generation produced the likes of Silvio Svan, who played at the World Cup with you. Kendall Neck Davis, Nicholson Thomas, and Issa Razi, Benjamin brothers. You go back. Well, all that might be looking on at the moment. And it needs Devonish to hold on to that. And he eventually does under the pressure of Bailey. 30 seconds. and then the referee's time is what's left. The boys in blue and yellow, they seem to want it a lot, but the Lions continue to roar. Six minutes. That's what will be added as a yellow card issued to Ocho. Spear. Looking for Garcia. Not particularly well dealt with. Just seems to have lost that momentum from the first half. St. Benedict's. It's been all Fatima in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Figaro. Toss find a way through. And he will manage to hold on to possession. 5 minutes away from holding on to that St. Benedict's College. Maybe a corner. It is a corner. Fans urging them on. Fatima College fans, that is. He must defend this man who's been the main difference tonight. Well held by O'Brien. Tensions eased all but for a second. Here. Ocho. Pressure legs of Fatima. Push forward. Atherton. A quick roll of the dice. Devonish is there. I'll tell you what, Brett. He has to be the coolest man in the stadium, seeing Devonish. Doesn't seem to buckle under pressure. Of course, look there at the former St. Benedict's player, Allende. They're all here tonight. Some looking on via television. Fatima and Devonish. Who will lift that trophy? One team already with a foot in. And another yellow card to boot. This time to Fatima College. Ocho. Grass here. Maybe for icing on the cake. Not this time. Time perhaps some more. More from him. More from St. Benedict's. You seem a bit more content in holding on. Well, he certainly got space to drive into. Adam Pear. There, and Garcia now to put the exclamation mark. And the point has been made. A cold dagger into the heart of a worthy adversary. And no surprise, it is the main man, the star man, Darrell Garcia. A fitting finish. Just slipping in behind the Fatima rear guard. And when he's in that type of mood, he does what he does best. Surely now, St. Benedict's College will be crowned intercol champions. Well, cue that song from Little Addy, man of the match. Cold finish like Palmer. Darrell Garcia, he's a rock star. I'm not sure that's what they're singing, but they're certainly singing Anywhere will do, you feel. All eyes on the clock. The extended time is over. The wait is over for a national interval crown. St. Benedict's College have etched their name in history. A cold hard lesson for Michael Shaves and company. A becoming for this young man, a coronation of sorts. Elevated into rock star status. A Darrell Garcia double. A script that not even the greatest screenwriters, Martin Scorsese, could have put together. He'll be receiving hogs all week, all year perhaps. They've come to see their hero, and he's delivered. It will be a long bus ride back to Mucurapo, just west of the capital for Fatima College. They fought well, but it's David Sling that has slain Goliath tonight. It's been the team that has been more efficient. St. Benedict's College, champions of the Coca-Cola Intercol, 2-0 over Fatima College. Well, all right, let's look back at some of the good stuff. Quincy Williams got us going, and it started here. This was the first dagger. Garcia sinking his teeth in. 1-0 lead. Second half, St. Benedict tried as they may. Couple close moments. Fatima College, though, were ruthless in the second half, piling pressure on St. Benedict's. They did have chances, though. Perhaps one of the best of them, Burke, contriving to fire over. And then Adam Pierre, clever, but couldn't fool O'Brien, who was in his best form. Later on, Pierre, Fongocho, and again O'Brien showing that he has good hands. Fatima, they huffed and they puffed, just couldn't blow the door open. They couldn't blow that man down, St. Devonish. Certainly enjoying himself on the night. Maybe their best chance. But when you can't fire from that sort of range, stuff like this happens. Pierre with the service, finding his cousin, and his cousin made the score, well, 2. Never doubt in his mind from that position. Never doubt that St. Benedict's College are champions because of it. Coronation complete. And Darrell Garcia is a star. Well, can we shed light on the numbers? We certainly can. St. Benedict certainly dominated in terms of shots. Spoke of efficiency. Well, yeah, you have it. Shots on target tells you that. Fouls. Fatima College a bit more rugged. Corners were even. So too runs in the box. But for all of their resistance, Fatima College could not resist long enough to be winners. 2-0. St. Benedict's winning against Fatima College. Well, there's only one person worthy of all the spotlight, and Hansi Beans is standing by with him.
Thank you very much, James Saunders. Darrell Garcia, congratulations, you're man of the match today and player of the season as well. Listen, you climbed the hill, you all did it undefeated. How does today feel?
Well, I feel great with the victory we get. So I went in the room and talked to my players and tell them, let's go, we're not giving up. But my reason, we come out tight as spirit, and I take the lead as a captain to score the 2 goals to my team to win.
All right, well, let's talk about something real. There's been so much talk about you this season, about the ups and the downs and all of these things. I mean, how did that affect you this season personally, and I guess your family and friends?
Well, I never really studied. I just had to keep playing my football. I lead out to the school to control it.
And what message do you have for the doubters tonight?
I too unstoppable. So keep on talking on my name. I will still reach far.
Keep it up, right? Man, Darrell Garcia, impressive. James Saunders has all the action. Here's the team, and Brent Sancho has the coaches.
Coach Hudson Charles, at the end of the day, that quality in the final third maybe lack. Your assessment of the 90 minutes?
Well, I thought St. Benedict's like they wanted it more than us. I thought my guys, they didn't really come to the party. You know, I thought the aggression, it wasn't there. And as I said before, goals. Don't temper away your chances, you will always lose.
And when you talk about creativity in the attacking third and goals, you talk about Cade and Tristan. Do you think it was a big miss tonight?
I think it's a big blow. It's a big blow for us. But we got our opportunities and we failed to put them away. Opposite, St. Benedict Poetiers. And rightfully, they deserve to win.
Well, first of all, Coach, let me congratulate you on a very good season, on an entertaining game of football, and my commiserations on the defeat, of course, and all the best for next season.
Thanks.
Coach Hudson Charles. Of course, Coach Boyce, I know we've had several conversations about how this season would play out or can play out for you. Your assessment, first of all, on the game.
I think beautiful game. The fans get a treat. Yes. You know, electrifying atmosphere, good display of the football by both teams trying to put it down and play. We know that the attacking power that they have, so we know we would have to conserve. They would have some moments. We would have some moments. As I said earlier, defense solid, score your chances, you could be the champion. And they did well today.
I feel like every time I come and ask you questions after the game, I have to mention, of course, Darrell Garcia and the impact he's had. How big was he today, Garcia?
That we X factor. Yeah, as you can see with the talent he has, it unable to play him with that quick burst of speed and the game intelligence that he have, that he could pick up pass. He have an eye for goal, distribution, and he also work hard on defense at times. So, gem of a player.
Well, let's talk about the emotional side of things. It has not been an easy year for St. Benedict's College off the pitch. It seems to be a lot of darts being thrown at you. But as a good leader and a good coach, you've been able to keep your team focused. How big has this victory mean? How much does this mean to you tonight to win this game?
Hey, hey, Brent, this, we lost in 2022, right? Checking back, the school, I think probably 26 years or something, had not won the national intercall. For me and all as a coach, I have never won a national intercall. There's some of the players, they have never won a national intercall. So it's historic and it's a beautiful moment at this point in time.
Well, Coach, I won't hold you any longer. Congratulations. Go on and celebrate with
Thanks,
your team.
Brent.
Sweet dreams are made of these, and sweet dreams for St. Benedict's College, Devonish, Ochoa, Oh, so happy for those young men. I mean, getting a national title to the school once again. Guys, 60 years of secondary schools football. What did the season mean?
Well, I think, first of all, I was happy to hear Coach Boyce talk about the entertainment factor. As I mentioned at the half, so many times we've come to these finals and it's a dull affairs, and both teams sometimes cancel out each other. But if there ever was in a 60 years to have a final like this, it was so pleasing in the eye just to see those young men put their heart out, not just in terms of energy and effort, but in terms of technical ability. It was really a high game in terms of that factor, and I'm very, very proud of both groups. And I think it was an entertaining. If it was ever an advert for this Coca-Cola and SSFL and the 60 years, that there today was it. And I'm very impressed with it. And congratulations to both teams.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely right. And entertainment factor. Of course, everyone remembers your secondary school experience, whether or not you went to a school that played at the top level. You remember being in the stands. For players, you remember playing. These are stories that you talk about for the rest of your life. I lie or hang around, as we say, with men in their 60s and 70s who still talk about their secondary school memories.
Colin Murray.
These young, perfect example. These young men will remember this moment for the rest of their lives.
Well, let's talk about the girls' final, Pleasantville Secondary. Let's touch a little bit on the season that they have had. The Go-Sign sisters, Wiley, the entire team putting in the extra effort. I mean, the early mornings that they spoke about, going to Chancellor and running up the hills. What do we say about Pleasantville Secondary as we close off this season?
They've done a remarkable job, and it's no slight in them not getting the title this season. They've done well. They've gotten to the finals. Penalties. It's a harsh reality, but it's football.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, football won.
Yeah, I would say so. And Pleasantville, and in particular Nikita Go-Sign, she has shown the Caribbean, the world, the talent that she has. And I truly hope for that young lady in particular, she has the ability to move on to better and bigger things for her. But I think in all, an advert for women's football and girls football in Trinidad and Tobago, the standard has risen. When you look at that final, how competitive it was, and of course both teams giving their all, it was entertaining. It has shown that there is trajectory in it from what we've seen from previous years. So kudos to the women's sport, kudos to the girls' sport, and to St. Joseph Convent, Port of Spain, first time being here and winning, rising to the occasion. It has been an exceptional night of football, certainly a great advert for girls' football as well.
What? Go ahead, Lee.
Yeah, sorry, no, I was just going to say I think it's also a good example for young athletes across all sports, knowing that no matter who you come up against, you could come out victorious. I mean, St. Joseph Convent came into this as underdogs, a Pleasantville team who destroyed girls football, in their zone.
For their fifth.
Exactly, and to come and win, I think that's a good example for any young athlete, involved in sports in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, that's exactly why it's called the beautiful game.
Yeah.
Truly. Well, let's take a little look at St. Joseph Convent's win today against Pleasantville Secondary School and actually getting that title.
Now let's give a big round of applause for the Coca-Cola Girls Intercol Champions 2020.
All right. Well, we have the girls here going to collect their medals for their victory today, St. Joseph's Convent. And here's a look at it. Their highlights from today.
Yeah, of course, well, St. Joseph Convent starting off the scoring as well. Brittany, lovely finish from her there after some good work down the right-hand side from Darwent. It was looking good early on from St. Joseph Convent. But of course, with the quality of the Pleasantville girls as well, they came back, took it to penalties. And well, the penalties from the St. Joseph Convent girl, absolutely brilliant. Look at some of the placement on it. Keeper got a touch to it. But of course, in the end, it was all about St. Joseph Convent. There's Captain Darwent. Well, it doesn't get any better than that. James Saunders, you weren't safe in that, surely.
Definitely not.
And then great finishes all around. Keeper went the wrong way. And then the final one as well from Cole, who said she just came back from injury as well, her first game back, and she wins it for her school. What a moment for the young lady.
It's amazing, guys, because in the build-up to this game, I don't think any of us gave St. Joseph Convent, Port of Spain a chance. And what they did today, I basically said they had to play the perfect game, and they did that today. They not only nullify, of course, the Go-Sign sisters, but on the other end, on the other spectrum, from an attacking perspective, they were dangerous. And I didn't think they would have been able to do that. But certainly tonight, they rose to the occasion, as you were saying, Leo Chin, that it shows you, any athlete around the world, when it comes to finals, anything can happen. You have to apply yourself. I've never, and this is an old coach always says it, I've never seen a team won a game on paper. You win it on the field.
All right, well, here they are celebrating, the girls of St. Joseph's Convent, Port of Spain. They did the do today. They came and they made their names known and felt. And as they are presented with their different medals, we now get ready for them to lift the trophy. The Coca-Cola Girls Intercall National Title 2024. The champions, who are we? SJC.
Oh, this must be such a proud moment for these girls. You dream and dream of these moments as players, and to actually have that dream being realized, it is such a surreal moment.
Well done. Excellent work by the ladies, and of course, the coach, Mr. Jacob Maxwell. Congratulations to them.
60 years of secondary schools football league, Coca-Cola Intercall, the girls' national title, St. Joseph's Convent, Port of Spain. They have taken the title and they continue to chant, who are we, SJC?
Yep. Well deserved. Must say that.
Many have tried and they've never had the opportunity to hold on to one of those big boys. Actually hold that and celebrate.
I don't think the trophy was the same when we held it when I was at Malik. It was probably a little bit smaller than that.
And a sticker.
I do remember having a lot of Malta and Shandy poured into it afterwards.
There we go.
And I would stick to that story. You know, leave it at that, gentlemen.
Leo, I want to get to you a little bit because Brent and James would have mentioned that they were in the stadia, the times when teams won in Intercall. But as a younger athlete among us, I mean, you would have been home watching it on TV. Talk to us about that experience and how it has changed.
Is that because Trinity were knocked out early?
Oh, wow. You really had to do that, James?
He did play some part in it.
Yeah, I did. No, I think it's been really good. I think there's been a lot of engagement, of course, now with the introduction of social media. You get a lot of videos being posted. I think we're creating stars as well.
Yeah.
You see the likes of Darrell Garcia, of course, you just saw what he did in the final. And even on the girl side as well, Darwin, the likes of Nikita Gusain, these athletes are now becoming stars. And it's nice to see that we're developing that culture in Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, it was always there, back in your school, but now it's more in your face, if you want to put it that way. So I think it's really grown nicely in that regard.
All right, well, Fatima College, they would have fought valiantly throughout this season, just missing the titles over and over and over. But nevertheless, one that they should be proud of. Let's talk about Fatima College a little bit this year and what they have been able to achieve.
I think they would be disappointed as to the end of the season because they certainly have the ingredients to win it all, both from the league perspective and in the knockout. And it's no smite on them. I think they were in some parts a bit unlucky. Of course, I go back to that suspension to Caden Trischel, which I think is absolutely ridiculous as it relates to accumulation of cards. And you go back to the league. I think they found the form a little bit too late in the league and they gave away points where they really should have won some games. And maybe some of it comes down to the fact that a slight lapse in concentration because the way they play their football, they do play progressive style, very pragmatic, a ball-possessing team. And when you lose possession and you get caught the other way, you can't be scored on. So I think when they look back at it, they could have been better, although I thought they were great this season. But it's so unfortunate. And then the next factor, and it's the obvious factor, there was a St.Benedict College in this. And they have been outstanding this year, and in particular, Darrell Zum Garcia. And I think in any other year, maybe for Fatima College, they may have gone on to win everything.
Yeah.
But then there's a St.Benedict College.
And a Darrell Garcia.
Well, guys, but let's not take anything away from Fatima College because over the past few years, they've really built up their program under Coach Hudson Charles. Like, it's really been a significant build. They were relegated some years ago, came back in the league and dominated, and they've continued to show up season after season.
Yeah. I think both these teams have done a remarkable job in building up their programs, and it's quite fitting that both these teams are in the final. Two teams who have developed from the youth level, so Fatima College and their youth program, reaping rewards. St. Benedict's College doing the same as well. So I think it shows that with development taking place, and I know there might be those arguing that secondary school football, not the time perhaps to develop players as much as club football. But let's be real, let's be frank. This is where the majority of players at this age level play football, where they want to play football, and the largest catchment of youth talent. The schools that are able to firstly have the resources to finance these programs are usually the schools that do well, and St. Benedict's College and Fatima have done that pretty well.
I think it's not necessarily the question of it being not a development place, but it should not be the development place. I think that's where the argument is based. Schools, secondary schools football cannot help Trinidad and Tobago qualify for World Cups. That's a fact. When you're coming up against teams that play with young men that play in the top divisions in Germany and Italy and America, etc., and that's the fact. We are here giving them a platform, of course, to show their potential, to show their ability and their possibilities of going on to the next level. But certainly secondary schools football is that platform. It's not for development. It does give them a chance to develop, but it's not the development we need as a nation, a footballing nation, to get to those Olympics and World Cups and Youth World Cups.
Well, it's another final and it's another championship for St. Benedict's College. Here's a look at their season and their winnings. All right, well, just putting the clips together, we take a look at St. Benedict's College and their greatness that they would have shown this season as Premiership champions, Coca-Cola Intercall South Zone champions, and this time around, national champions.
I guess it was a day for the supporters to have a great biting finish.
There we go, champions of the South Zone, St. Benedict College.
We play hard and we come and win everything.
Well, there it is, their season in a nutshell. But again, the moment that we're waiting for is coming, the moment when they lift that trophy as the Coca-Cola Intercall National Champions. Gentlemen, there has been so much talk this season about Darrell Garcia. Right, I know you were waiting to talk about it.
It's funny, you've asked Darrell Garcia, I've asked, of course, the coach boys. I know in your time, Lou, and of course, James, we've asked those questions about, has it impacted you emotionally? How has it affected you? And they've all said the same thing. They're doing the business on the field. And whatever happens off the field, the school will take care of that. I think that's the right answer. And they seem to be very, very focused, from the coaching staff to the players, that their job and their business is on the field. And I think that's what they did.
Truly displayed hard, James. I know you're a man that really appreciates when players show heart and the effort. I mean, let's talk a little bit more about Darrell Garcia and even his responses. When I interviewed him a little while ago, he was saying, you know, despite whatever happened, he still is going to do his business on the field.
Yeah, I agree with Brent. That's the right mindset that you need. For the top players, you've got to develop that hard shell where the external factors are kept externally, and you focus on what needs to be done on the field. And I thought that he showed a very, very strong mindset. It is a mindset that I think helps him in becoming successful. And there we go. There we go. Deserving moment for him, because what he's done, it is difficult for a lot of youths at the teenage level. We see players at the adult level in top competition paid millions of dollars who are unable to separate off-field and on-field matters. We've seen a young teenager do it here today, and it speaks to his mindset a lot.
And when you listen to the top players or top athletes that has played sports, they all say one thing: when it matters most, you have to be able to perform. He's done that, and there's nothing else to suggest otherwise, and this young man has been a star this year, simply because he has been able to perform. Yes, we've talked about all of the stuff happening off the field, but to be able to do this on the field and perform is excellent.
There you have it, your Intercall champions, your Coca-Cola National Intercall champions, St. Benedict's College. The Lions from La Romaine have lifted the trophy and celebrated the end of their season with nothing short of greatness, led by their captain Darrell Garcia and man of the match. This is where we wrap it up. We want to thank you for staying tuned for the entire Secondary Schools Football League 60th season. As Mikhail Teja, our Trinidad and Tobago Road March champion for 2024, hits the stage, we leave you with some images this time of the team that continuously brought you the action for this 60th season of the SSFL.
It doesn't even matter if you're 1,000 miles away. Say you're full of my heart with me, I just have to say what I think. I honestly feel like I'm dreaming. Oh my darling, what I'm feeling. I shouldn't say too much, I'm confusing. But you just have to know you're doing. I'm feeling so good, I must share it. So for those who in love and they feel it, let me hear you say it. Put your hands in the air. All who love to share. We jumping like we don't care. You know that you're real. I cannot find the words to express the way you make me feel. Baby, I could trip and dance with you all